Alright, I need you to stop scrolling because what I am about to tell you is the kind of information that saves you hundreds of dollars and weeks of regret. You are looking at the two most powerful OLED TVs that have ever been made. The Samsung S95H and the LG G6 are both flagship televisions, both over $2,000. Both claiming to be the best picture you have ever seen in your home. But here is the thing they are built around: completely different philosophies of what a perfect picture actually means. And once you understand that difference, the choice becomes obvious. Let's get into it. Panel and brightness. The S95H is Samsung's 2026 flagship, and it is the only OLED in their lineup this year to use QD-OLED technology. Quantum dot OLED across the 55, 65, and 77-inch sizes. What does that mean for you? Pure RGB color production. No white subpixel mixed in like traditional OLED. Just red, green, and blue light working together to produce colors that are richer, more saturated, and more accurate than anything Samsung has shipped before. Reviewers measured peak brightness on the S95H at nearly 4,500 nits in standard mode. 4,500 nits on an OLED TV. That number was unthinkable 2 years ago. The glare-free 3 coating means bright rooms are no longer a problem. Your picture stays punchy and vivid even with windows behind you. And Samsung added a wireless One Connect box that lets the TV support up to 8 HDMI devices simultaneously without cable clutter. If you want a TV that absolutely explodes off the screen with brightness and color energy, this is it. But Samsung is not the only one hitting records this year. Panel and brightness. LG went a completely different direction, and the result is just as jaw-dropping. The G6 uses a second-generation RGB Tandem OLED panel with a 4-layer stack design, and the numbers tell the story. LG's Brightness Booster Ultra technology pushes the G6 up to 3.9 times brighter than a conventional OLED TV. Peak brightness hits around 3,000 nits less than the S95H in maximum mode, but here is what is critical. LG uses reflection-free premium glass with a 0.3% reflectance rating, the lowest of any consumer TV on the planet right now. Less than 0.5% of ambient light reflects back at you. In a bright room, the G6 maintains its image quality in a way that genuinely has to be seen to be believed. LG also claims improved panel efficiency and longer lifespan over the G5. The G6 starts at $2,499 for the 55-inch and goes up from there. And that 5-year panel warranty? Nobody else in this category offers that. But wait until you hear how they handle color differently. Color and picture quality. Here is where QD-OLED pulls ahead in a very specific way. Because Samsung's panel produces pure RGB colors without blending in a white subpixel, the color volume, meaning how saturated your colors stay even at high brightness levels, is exceptional. On the S95H, colors do not fade out as the TV gets brighter. A bright red stays deeply red. A vivid blue stays vivid blue. The NQ4AI Gen 3 processor runs 128 neural networks to analyze and enhance every frame in real time. HDR10 Plus Adaptive adjusts the image dynamically based on the ambient light in your room. Filmmaker mode reproduces exactly what the director intended without any AI manipulation. Reviewers who tested this TV called it the most spectacular picture they had seen, not just from Samsung, but from any TV. That is a statement worth paying attention to. The S95H also uniquely supports HDR10 Plus Advanced, which is a new format that no other TV currently offers. But there is one format it does not support, and that is where LG steps in. Color and picture quality. LG supports Dolby Vision, full stop. The G6 is the choice for anyone who watches Netflix, Apple TV+, Disney+, or any platform that masters content in Dolby Vision, which is most of them. The G6 pairs Dolby Vision with Filmmaker mode and ambient light compensation, which adjusts the image automatically based on how bright your room is at any given moment. The Alpha 11 AI processor Gen 3 offers 5.6 times greater neural processing speed than previous generations, 50% faster operation, and 70% improved graphics rendering. Colors are vivid, accurate, and beautifully tuned for cinematic content. The G6 is the TV that purists, the people who obsess over accuracy and want to see exactly what the director saw, consistently choose. There's also Google Gemini and Microsoft Copilot built into WebOS 2026, making this one of the smartest smart TV platforms ever shipped. Does the picture accuracy matter if the gaming performance is not there? Hang on. Gaming. 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, 165Hz variable refresh rate, G-Sync compatible, FreeSync Premium Pro, AI auto game mode that detects when you launch a game and switches settings automatically. Gaming Hub gives you Xbox Game Pass, GeForce Now, and other cloud services without a console. Game Bar lets you monitor frame rate, refresh rate, and input lag from an overlay without pausing your game. The wireless One Connect box means you can run 8 HDMI devices without touching the TV itself. That is a setup cable management situation that gamers dream about. Input lag at 165 Hz sits at roughly 1.5 milliseconds. Real talk, this is one of the best gaming TVs ever made, and it is also one of the best cinematic TVs ever made at the same time. That combination is genuinely rare, but LG is not far behind. Gaming. 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, 165Hz VRR, G-Sync, FreeSync Premium, 0.1 millisecond response time, the fastest response time in the industry right now. Game Dashboard and Game Optimizer give you full control during play. The G6 also supports Dolby Vision gaming, which means compatible titles on Xbox Series X look their absolute best with the full Dolby Vision pipeline intact. That is something Samsung cannot offer because they do not support Dolby Vision at all. For console gamers on Xbox who care about Dolby Vision gaming, this is actually a meaningful advantage. PC gamers running high frame rates at 165 Hz will not notice the difference between 0.1 milliseconds and 1.5 milliseconds in real-world gaming. But the G6 wins on paper? Nah, because both of these TVs are elite gaming displays. The deciding factor for gamers is probably which ecosystem matters more to you, Samsung's Gaming Hub or LG's Dolby Vision gaming. Sound and smart features. The S95H ships with a 4.2.2 channel 70-watt speaker system with object tracking sound that follows the action on screen. Eclipse audio support, Dolby Atmos and Q Symphony for Samsung soundbar pairing. AI Sound Controller Pro, exclusive to the S95H in Samsung's lineup, analyzes your room and adjusts audio automatically. Tizen OS X runs the smart TV platform with SmartThings integration, Matter Hub support, Alexa, Bixby, Microsoft Copilot, and Perplexity AI built in. Samsung also commits to 7 years of software updates on this TV, which is industry-leading. The G6 also ships with a 4.2-channel Dolby Atmos system with AI Sound Pro and LG's new Flex Connect wireless speaker system that turns the TV speakers into a center channel for a full surround setup. WebOS 2026 runs Gemini and Copilot, and LG backs the G6 with a 5-year panel warranty. 7 years of updates for Samsung versus 5-year panel warranty for LG. Both companies are committing to their products in a real way. Design and price final call. The S95H has a distinctive float layer design with a metal outer frame that creates a three-dimensional look, bold, premium, immediately noticeable. The screen appears to float inside the frame. Some people love it. Some find it too prominent for a wall mount. LG's G6 is a flush-to-wall gallery OLED, nearly invisible when mounted, looks like art, minimalist, and clean. The S95H is available in 55, 65, 77, and 83 inches. The G6 goes from 55 all the way up to 97 inches if you need a truly massive screen. Pricing overlaps significantly at the 65 and 77-inch sizes. Both sit in the $2,500 to $3,500 range, depending on size and retailer. So who wins? Here is the honest answer. If you primarily watch HDR content on Netflix, Apple TV Plus, or Disney Plus and want Dolby Vision accuracy, a flush-to-wall design, and the lowest reflectance glass available, the LG G6 is your TV. Full stop. If you want the most explosive brightness ever measured on an OLED, pure QD-OLED color volume that stays vivid at peak brightness, Samsung ecosystem integration, and a TV that doubles as a conversation piece with that float layer frame, the S95H wins your living room. Both are the best TVs either company has ever shipped. Both belong in the conversation for best TV of 2026 period. The Amazon affiliate links for both are in the description. Check the prices because they move constantly. Drop a comment below, Samsung or LG. I want to see which side wins this one. Smash the like button and subscribe to Premium Tech. Peace.